Okay. Um, well, I went back to the house in Florida for about 2 weeks. I don't think I showed it at all, but I had some things I had to do. Visit my wife and daughter on, as well as other maintenance things. I wound up having to fix a hole in the roof of our shed, and broken water line in the shower. Luckily my brother's a plumber, so he came over and helped me with that. I don't know how to sweat pipes or anything, and so he was able to take care of that. So got rid of the poison ivy, which it was very advantageous that I was there, because I was able to jump in the shower and get rid of it fairly easily. Well, I'm not gonna say fairly easily. I still probably have just a little bit left, but it's much better. And then my friend, while I was gone, came over here, and thank God he mowed, because you can see this area here. He came in and he mowed with his lawnmower. He's got a riding lawnmower. But let me show you. You can see these are the spots that he didn't get, so you can see how high this would have been if he didn't come in. You can see over, I picked up some lights and things to put up. So all of this would have been that high, because I came through, before I left, I came through with the weed eater and I mowed everything down as short as I could. Actually, I think that was probably about 3 days before I left. And that's where I got the poison ivy. So that was a learning experience right there. So he came up. Let me show you what else. Now, back here is my little garden area. It definitely needs some assistance, because as you can see, there's a lot of native stuff, and I have one flower over there, so I got some things are growing in here. See, I have some squash. I'm just gonna have to slowly go through this and find what managed to survive. I did not expect it to grow this much in 2 weeks. Up here I planted some bulbs. Take a look. They're coming up right here, there. You can see them coming up in the back over there. So again, I'm just going to have to come through and slowly go through and find what survived and trim around it. One of my sawhorses collapsed, which didn't surprise me. I figured one probably would eventually. I didn't think it'd go down that quick. Again, 2 weeks. You can see how much this is overgrown. This was pretty much bare dirt. I actually sprayed it with Roundup, because the cabin is going to be up on top of this. This polk seems to be coming up without any trouble at all. So I'm gonna have to come through this. I got a peavy. I got a big one right here to give you an idea. Now, excuse me, sorry, I'm sweating to death here. The humidity is pretty high. You see, I'm 6 foot tall, and this thing is like 5.5 feet, so it's got a lot of leverage. The downside is it's got a really long handle, but it gives you a lot of leverage. So, that's going to be a big help when we start moving the logs. Also, while I was gone, this pile of logs shifted on its own. It went down. So, I mean, the whole thing slopes as it is. It's on a slope. So, I mean, because we're getting ready to start stacking them, I'm okay with that, because it's going to help me pick through them to find which log I want to go up next. I'm just glad nobody was on it when it went. They could have been hurt pretty bad. So you can see. Our fruit trees up here. My friend went through with the bush hog also, because we have power coming in, and they were supposed to mow the hay, and they didn't get to it. So finally, my friend was talking to the fella that's in charge of bringing the power in, and he got with him and figured out where the power lines were going to go, and he came up with his bush hog and just cleared trails. So those power guys can come in and get the power up. So we won't have to wait on that anymore. Looks like these are my blueberries. Another pork growing here. So those still have some blueberries. I didn't think we were going to get any this year. That one. You know, they look happy here, so I'm happy with that. We're going to have to come through. This pork stuff is crazy. Coming up like this. Looks like I don't know if some deer were bedded down up there. Kind of looks like it. See the dragonfly? So, one thing that surprised me is I did come around the fruit trees, the base of the fruit trees, with a little bit of Roundup. Was able to get that stuff taken care of. That actually seems to have worked. So it didn't work so well around the cabin site. So I'm just up looking at the fruit trees now. We have different peach trees. Peach tree, peach tree. There's a pear tree in the back there. There's a peach tree behind this one right there. There's a pear tree and a peach tree. I saw a couple of them had little peaches this year, but I don't think they held. They seem to have come down. I know that they have to be, you know, kind of a certain age before they hold their peaches and will get anything off them. So yeah, you can see how much this has grown up. And this is my friend came and bush hogged this down, which I'm very grateful for, because it would all be just as high as what we're walking to over here. I don't know if you can You can see how high it is. So the plans for today, I'm going to keep them small. I'm not going to deal with this today. I think that will be tomorrow. The excuse me. I made a trip into town already. I had to buy some things. Actually, I got in yesterday around 3? No, around 5 something. And I unloaded the truck, and I got the stuff, a lot of my stuff put away. Then I had to run into town one time to get some food and some things for the little refrigerator, which still isn't working, but I stick it in there. And then make sure you're still on. Yeah. Then I wound up spending the night in the shed here, and you can see. And then in the morning I got up. Now the plan today, what happens is, you know, well, when I first got here in April, it was so cold out, it didn't matter that the sun was on the front of the shed. It didn't matter at all. Actually, it was nice because it would warm it up. But now it's pretty toasty during the day, and the sun beats on the front of that, and it heats up the inside up into the 90s, even with the windows open. So I picked up an awning, or a tarp really, and I'm going to stretch it out to try and make an awning to block the sun from coming down on the front of it. Now, I'm lucky in one respect. The trees behind me block some of the sun, but they only go so far, and the sun kind of goes down right over here. So my tarp doesn't have to be like up and down this way. It can be at an angle like this to the sun, or up a little bit higher, and that would be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try and avoid hooking it to anything on this. That's what I'm going to try for. We're going to see how it works out. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. I'll put you guys up on a tripod. I don't know how this is going to work out. As a matter of fact, I need to go get I think some pieces of rebar would help to put in the ends of the poles. I picked up from the sawmill some pieces of scrap wood over here, and I picked up some more firewood over there. That's going to be a different day project too, to split that. So anyway, let me I'll go ahead and stop this and go see if I can find that rebar, the little pieces. My friend said that he hit a bucket, and when he was up bush hogging, because it got lost in the grass. I mean, I knew where it was, but he had no idea it was up there. So he might have been hitting that that bucket with the rebar, because that's where I put the rebar, was in the bucket. He might have hit that, so I don't know if the rebar's still there or if it got thrown all over. One thing I found walking down here, I believe this is a mulberry tree right here, or something similar. I'll have to find out for sure. You can see the fruit. It's been so long since I've seen mulberries, though. I thought they were more, they look more like a blackberry. I thought they were smaller, and these are kind of long, but they might be. I'm pretty sure they are. So you can, they've been falling on the ground. We had a windstorm, some real heavy wind and rain, and knocked a lot of it down. There's still a lot of fruit on the tree, though. So I'm interested to see what kind of animals are going to come and start eating on this, besides just the birds. So anyway, all right, let me pause this, see if I can find a rebar. I'll bring you guys back in a bit. Okay. I was able to find the rebar. He did hit the bucket that I had it in, but it was just, luckily it didn't go too far. And I believe I found most of it. There might be a little bit more out there if I have to go find some. But that being said, I'm going to get started on this before the sun starts going overhead any farther and then going this way, and getting on the shed. So hopefully I can get that blocked and it'll make a big difference today. So we'll see. I don't know. I think you can see that wolf spider right there? All the little babies on it, on its abdomen. Can you see? go. Right there. Yeah, it was hiding in my little piece of plastic here. We could put her in the woods. one itch here. Still here? Yeah. Sorry, I'm making people sick. Woo. One thing I want to say, I went and I had the wheelbarrow on top of the generator to help keep it dry for any rain or anything. When I took it off, I found I guess a mouse nest. I checked it. I didn't see any mice or anything in it. Pretty sure that's a mouse nest. I hope it's not a rat. So anyway, no mice in it. So I'm going to use it for tinder for my next campfire. And I'm glad it was on top, not inside it. So I'm gonna have to pull that out and double check it real quick. Not right now, to make sure there's no other little critters in there. So anyway, back to the awning. So, oh, I'm sorry, I saw the angle on the camera. I thought I totally had changed the frame, which I did. I didn't realize it. Let me guys move you back. There we go. Sorry about that. You saw most of it. Anyway, what I'm doing, I'm putting up a small oak post, oak beam, not really a beam, piece of wood, on each corner, the two front corners of the tarp, and then the back I'm just going to stretch with some paracord. I think that would probably be the best thing right now, and I may tweak it. I'm going to give this a shot and see how it works for now, and hopefully it'll help keep the sun off the shed. Still with me? Yeah. I'm gonna have to pause you and replace the battery.